host of the Norton Recipe. Please welcome to our home, Mr. Jim Norton. Kristen decided to stick around because she loves Brussels sprouts and pork. She could not deny it. And Orly and LZ asked to come to the kitchen again because they love a good meal. So your cooking is really reflective of your Southern roots because you come from a very big Southern family that goes generations back.
Yeah, Mom was born in Georgia, Aunt Kentucky. My grandparents were all in the South, Grandma from Texas, so yeah.
So you use no butter in your cooking then? No, because we don't use any butter in the South.
Yeah, so double the butter.
Your grandmother really taught you how to cook, didn't she?
Yeah, you know, it was funny because growing up, Mom was a big cook. We ate dinner at home every night around the table, which, you know, unfortunately people don't do anymore.
Yeah.
But we did, and Grandma, we used to go fishing in the summer with Grandma and Grandpa, and we'd go out and we'd catch fish. We'd come back to the campsite, and we'd have the little travel trailer, and Grandma'd be in there sweating like a banshee, frying fish.
Oh, I love that visual.
So, yeah, poor Grandma.
Oh, no, I bet she made a mean fish.
Oh, God, it's crazy.
So this pork tenderloin starts on the stovetop, and you sear it before you put it in.
Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to take your pork tenderloin, and you want to generously sprinkle it with salt and pepper.
Okay.
And then in your skillet, you want to have some olive oil, let it get hot, and then you want to put your pork in, grab your tongs, and you want to give it a nice flip, and you want to sear it on all sides, about 2 minutes on each side.
Okay.
And the reason we want to sear it,
right?
were you going to ask?
I know. Well, I was, but you got to it before I could ask you.
I talk too much. That's my problem.
No, it's good.
The reason you want to sear it is because you want those crunchy bits. You know,
right.
Everybody loves that crusty, crunchy exterior.
It's true.
You know, so that's what we want. So here we already have it done.
Okay.
So what we want to do at this point is you want to grab your tenderloin, go ahead and put it on a cookie sheet or in a baking dish. And I don't have a lot here, but you know, I don't want to waste that business in there. So we're going to drizzle that right over the top.
Okay.
And then we're going to cover it with foil.
Okay.
Just because I feel like it helps keep the moisture in.
Sure.
Cover it up.
Well, because pork can get dry.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think the problem is anyway, growing up, how many of us had our family say, oh, you can't eat, you know, the pork has to be cooked, So we all got freaked out about we're eating raw pork.
Right.
So when you do that, it gets all dry and nobody wants dry pork. So what you do is you pop it in the oven.
Okay.
For about 20, 25 minutes at 350 degrees.
So that's it, 20 minutes.
That's it. And the thing about it is you want to cook the pork, you want to roast the pork until it's just like slightly pink on the inside. Okay. Because when you pull it out and you let it rest for 10 minutes, it's going to continue to cook.
Okay, so while we have that in there, we are going to make our delicious Dijon sauce.
Yes, this is a sage and Dijon cream sauce.
All right, so what's in that?
Well, this is heavy. Here we have heavy cream, Dijon mustard, and sage.
Okay.
And I use a lot of sage. Sage is Thanksgiving to me.
Sure.
So if you have family members like, I'm sick of turkey, making the pork tenderloin, you still get a little bit of the sage
with the sage in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got your cream here, and you've got those other ingredients. You crank your heat up to about medium-high heat and let it come to a boil.
Okay.
And then you're going to grab your whisk, and you're going to whisk this over that heat, and you turn it down to probably medium.
Okay.
Whisk it for about 5 or 6 minutes so it reduces down and becomes a little bit thick.
All right. And then we add a little bit more butter.
Because we're Southern. That's how that happens.
There you go.
So that was 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to add some salt.
Oh, you want me to do it? I see you with your hand on your hip. All right.
I get it.
Okay.
Settle
A little pepper.
Now here, this is really interesting. I love this ingredient.
You're telling me. This is kind of a guilty pleasure for me. Growing up, Mom used chicken bouillon all the time. And so I add it to a lot of things because it brings in so much flavor. You know,
I have to say, this is bursting with flavor. Yeah. Like it really is.
Thank you.
So then we whisk that in there?
Yep, and you don't have to add any more salt because that bouillon has enough sodium for like 3 meals.
You're not kidding. Now, what if you don't like the Dijon mustard? Can we add another kind of mustard? Because Dijon can kind of have a bite.
Yeah, sure. You could use honey mustard if you want to. It's just going to change the flavor. It's going to make it a little bit sweeter.
All right.
But you can if you would like.
And then we drop this in as well? Or is that a garnish?
That's just a garnish.
Okay,
you know,
so we're going to leave that there.
We got to make it look pretty.
I feel like our pork has probably rested long enough over here.
Yes.
So now we slice this.
You want to slice it? You want me to slice it?
Oh, this is your recipe. You can slice it. Just put it right here.
Oh.
There you go.
Serious? Okay.
Yeah.
As you're slicing that up, I'd love to ask you, I know you didn't just learn to cook from your family, but you also were instilled with a love of entertaining and man, oh man, what is it, like 500 dinner parties that you've hosted?
Yeah, that's my shtick. I absolutely
Apparently.
love it.
I mean, if it's not, you're in real trouble.
Yeah, so y'all come, Tennessee, I'll do a 5-course meal. We'll 2-step around the dining table.
We're in.
Yeah, we're in. No, he's pretty, his parties were legendary.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I love the whole pomp and circumstance of the crystal and the silver and the china. And you know, it just makes the food taste better. Of course, you know, you have to make it taste good to start with, but you know, when the table's pretty, I mean,
Wait, where is that?
That's the gala.
So tell us about that.
Like
Y'all, in 2 weeks, I have 250 people coming to my house for a party. No, it's actually next week. I'm sorry.
252.
Oh boy, he doesn't have much time.
Yeah. By the way, you're running out of time.
Yeah. Me here or
no,
for
or
the party?
both.
For the party.
Both.
Like, wait.
You got to organize that. My goodness.
So anyway, yeah, it's going to be a big event. 250 people come to the house, and then the next night is the gala for about 600, and I chair that event. So, yeah, it's fun. It's in Jackson, Tennessee, and yeah, it's a great time.
My goodness. All right, I'm going to put that there, too, because I like little bit.
And then
you're serving it with some Brussels sprouts and bacon.
I am. And
now, this has a little interesting twist to it as well.
It does. Now, what's funny is some of the viewers at home might be going, ugh, Brussels sprouts, gross. Nobody wants that. But, you know, give it a try because this recipe is so...
They're not,
one of my favorite
it
things.
tastes good, that sauce on the Brussels sprouts. Amazing.
Well, also what you added to the Brussels sprouts.
Well, the Brussels sprouts, of course, you roast them first, a little salt and pepper and some olive oil, stick it in the oven, and while they're roasting, you have your applewood smoked bacon. And you know, a lot of recipes, two slices, 3 slices of bacon. I'm like, no, we're using 12 ounces. So we chop that up, fry your bacon. Once it's fried, take it off, and then you put your chopped onion into the skillet in that bacon grease. And by that time, your sprouts are probably roasted. Pull it out, put it into the skillet, and then you add salt, pepper, some roasted red chili flakes for a little bit of heat. And then again, I just happened to bring 2 recipes with chicken bouillon.
Alexis chicken bouillon.
But I gotta tell you.
So much flavor.
And red wine vinegar. Come on, get it.
I'm sorry, and I forgot the mini
go ahead.
I'm sorry, red wine vinegar. That's what makes it so different. It gives a little bit of a bite, and the red wine vinegar takes it over the top.
How good is that sauce?
This is so good.
I mean,
I want to drink that sauce.
It's fantastic.